Hello students, welcome to physics class of plus 1. We are doing chapter uniformly accelerated motion. And the objective of today's topic is to study about accelerated motion. First of all, we will see that what we are going to learn in this chapter. We will study that how gradient of displacement time graph or slope of displacement time graph gives us speed, and after that gradient of velocity time graph gives us acceleration. On the other hand, we will see that how area under the acceleration time graph gives us speed, and after that area under velocity time graph gives us distance. So let's see. Very first graph, that is position time graph, which is also called distance time graph. Students, the graph drawn by taking time along x-axis and position along y-axis is called the position time graph. Remember, slope of position time graph gives us velocity. Now let's see different position time graph. The first graph is when a particle is at rest. Students, when particle is at rest, there is no change in position with increase in time. Therefore, the graph is a straight line parallel to x-axis. You can see here, this is a green color. This is a straight line which is parallel to time axis, which is x-axis. The slope of the graph is 0. So, its slope is 0. Therefore, velocity is also 0. So, this is a graph for particle at rest. So, next is when a particle is moving with constant velocity. Students, we know that when a particle is moving with constant velocity or uniform velocity, the change in position will be equal in equal interval of time. Therefore, graph is a straight line with positive slope. Here you can see the slope for the graph is positive and its velocity is constant as well as positive. Next is when a particle is moving with variable velocity. The velocity of a particle is said to be variable velocity if either its speed or direction of motion or both change with time. So the graph will be like this. It's a curve. It's not a straight line. It is a curve. Velocity is not constant and it means object is accelerating. In case of variable velocity, if we want to find instantaneous velocity, we have to draw the tangent to the graph. So if we draw a tangent to this graph, we'll get instantaneous velocity of the particle at time t. And also slope of the chord at P and Q will give us average velocity. So in case of variable velocity, we can find instantaneous velocity of particle by drawing the tangent, and by finding the slope of the chord, we can find the average velocity. So what we have studied so far is that in case of position time graph, if we got a straight line, means body is not moving, and if it is in the positive direction, it is increasing, means it is moving with positive velocity, and if the slope is in negative direction, means body is moving with negative velocity. Next is velocity time graph. Students, velocity time graph is a graph drawn by taking the time along x-axis and velocity along y-axis. So remember, slope of velocity time graph gives us acceleration, whereas area of velocity time graph gives the displacement. Let's study about the graphs. The first graph is for a particle moving with constant velocity. So here is the graph for the particle which is moving with constant velocity. You can observe that the graph will be a straight line parallel to time axis. So this graph is parallel to this time axis. The slope of graph is again 0. Therefore, acceleration of the body is also 0. Next is when a particle is moving with constant acceleration. So graph will be like this. It tells us that graph is a straight line with positive slope. And secondly, if initial velocity is 0, the graph will pass through the origin. Like here, it is passing through the origin. So here is the velocity time graph showing an object with constant negative acceleration. So its slope is towards negative direction. So it is called negative slope. Next is when a particle is moving with variable acceleration. So we can have these both type of graphs. The first one is non-uniform acceleration, so it is in the upward direction. Curved line, it's not a straight line. And secondly, non-uniform retardation, which is curved downward. So this graph is for non-uniform retardation, whereas this graph is for non-uniform acceleration. So we observe that the slope is positive, variable and increases with time. So acceleration also increases with time. On the other hand, the slope is negative, variable and decreases with time. So the particle has decreasing acceleration, which we called retardation. The last is acceleration time graph. Acceleration time graph is a graph drawn by taking the time along x-axis and acceleration along y-axis. And remember, from the acceleration time graph, we can find speed of the body by finding its area. Thus, area enclosed between the acceleration time graph sketch and the time axis gives the change in speed of the body. So here are different acceleration time graph for motion with uniform velocity. So here we observe that for a stationary or a body moving with a uniform velocity, the acceleration is 0. That's why this red line is along the x-axis from origin. The acceleration time graph for such motion is a straight line coinciding the time axis. Next is acceleration time graph for uniform acceleration. Here you can see the motion is uniformly accelerated. Velocity of body increases uniformly with time. So acceleration time graph is a straight line parallel to time axis, like this PQ, which is parallel to OX. Next is acceleration time graph for uniform retardation. So it will be same graph but in the negative direction. Let's see. The motion is uniformly retarded. Velocity of the body decreases at a constant rate. The acceleration time graph is a straight line parallel to time axis on the negative side of the acceleration axis. So for the accelerated motion, we are having a graph on the positive direction, but here it is in negative acceleration axis. Now we'll see motion under gravity. Motion under gravity is an example of uniformly accelerated or uniformly retarded motion. Since a body falling freely under gravity moves with a uniform acceleration of 9.8 meter per second square, which is approximately equal to 10 meter per second square. So let's see the different graph for freely falling body. The first is acceleration time graph. The acceleration time graph for freely falling body is a straight line parallel to the time axis. So here we have drawn a graph of freely falling body. You can see that as the acceleration due to gravity is constant, so as the time increases, the acceleration remains 10 meter per second square, which is the value of acceleration due to gravity. Next is velocity time graph for freely falling body. So as the velocity is increasing, the velocity time graph for a freely falling body is a straight line OA inclined with time axis. So this is OA. Slope of this graph is 10 meter per second square. So if we find slope of this graph, we'll get a constant value of 10 meter per second square, as it is the value of acceleration due to gravity. Next is displacement time graph for freely falling body. The displacement time graph of freely falling body is a curve or parabola. So you can see it is not increasing linearly. So this is the displacement time graph for a freely falling body. So this is all about the graphs of uniformly accelerated motion. Let's discuss some of the questions. Question number 1. What information about the motion of a body are obtained from the displacement time graph? Question number 2. Draw a displacement time graph for a body going with a uniform velocity. Question number 3. What does the slope of velocity time graph represents? Question number 4. Draw the shape of the velocity time graph for a body moving with number 1. Uniform velocity and 2. Uniform acceleration. And the last question is, draw a velocity time graph for the free fall of a body under gravity starting from the rest. Take g is equal to 10 meter per second square. That's the end of the topic. Thank you.